Hey guys, today we're gonna build something cool, which is we will be starting to build a new automation for beginners. Okay, I know you might be like overwhelmed with all the features and all the things what is happening, and the most the scariest part, which is the automation section. So we will be like I'll be trying to help you build a very simple automation, and this will be like kind of like a series where I teach you every single automation step by step. So I'm just planning to do a 30 to 100 day, like day to day. I'm going to teach you new automations. So this will be pretty much fun. You just need to like hop on, and I'll be teaching you all the things I learned through my 6 years of experience. So the first thing you need to do is that you need to just first of all go into your agency. Once you are into your agency, signed up to your agency, and let me just tell you one thing. If you want all my snapshots and all these things, just click on the link below. It has all my snapshots, and you can get an extensive 14-day free trial with one-on-one coaching from my side, as well as you can also be a part of our private Facebook community. All these features you will be getting it. So let us actually go into high level sub account. So I'm choosing the sub account. In the sub account, I'm just going into automations. So in automations, this is where we do all the work. Like I'm going to create a workflow, start from scratch, enable autosave now. So you don't have to save it manually each time. It's just a huge hassle. And sometimes you even forget. So it's better you keep the enabled autosave now, and let us just name it first automation for beginners. Okay, let us just create the first one. So the first one will be like you might have seen a lot of people use high level for lead generation. So when you get a lead, it might be through like a form, a website form, a survey, sometimes a quiz, or like it might be through Facebook, Instagram, or any other channels out there. Might be like an inbound text message or an incoming call. So be it anything, we just need to create an initial contact. So what I'll be doing is that I'm going to add these triggers, and from there we'll go to the next steps. So first of all, I'm adding a form submitted, and in add filters you need to click on form is into add which form is. So I'm just adding the form, and you have other options to add more filters. Like if you want to filter these forms by client email, client business phone, describe business in 1 to 2 lines, all these steps can be filtered and added as a trigger. It will work according to the filters we have added. So if you have added 3 filters, once it satisfies all these 3 filters, then only it will be received in as a lead to our system. So once it's saved, I'm going to add the next trigger, which is survey. So whenever we use a survey or whenever we use a form, be it any the form, survey, or quizzes or any options out there, the contact will be automatically created. Okay, contact will be there. It will be instantly created as they fill in this form and stuff. We don't have to again create a new action, which is create contact. Okay, so that will be automatically created. So the next thing is that I'm just adding in, let's see, yeah, this is a new option out there, which is queue submitted. I need to add like I haven't added any, so just need to create a new queues. If I want to create a new queues, okay, so let us create a new queues by going into sites. In sites, there is something called queues builder. Click on it, start from scratch. So I'm naming it queues one or something like that. Okay, now I can drop in all these things, like bring in this. This is a radius select button. This is a multi-choice checkbox button. This is also a radius select button. So I can actually add a new page and bring it like this. This is short answer, long answer, number, then the single drop down, multi drop down. So we can add either of these options out there. And single drop down will be something like this. And after once this is added, then you can click on and add next option, which will be you can add a signature or like a date picker or a monetary parameter. Any of this can be added. So once all these are added, click on save. Okay. Once it is saved, let's go back, click on go back and go into automations. In automations, we will be actually building the remaining automations. So QS is a part of our trigger. So now since the QS is created, it can be also acted as a trigger here. So QS submitted is QS1. Okay. Then we have other options like incoming call details. So that is the next one, call details. So the call direction is incoming. So the next one will be call details. We don't need outgoing. Outgoing will be already an existing contact. We can now add a Facebook lead form. And first of all, you need to go into the backend and integrate your Facebook account. Once that is integrated, the form will appear here. So let us actually just try to do that. Duplicating this tab and coming back and going into settings. And settings go into integrations. Integrations, you need to go into Facebook, click on connect. This is where you connect your Facebook. And if your Facebook is already connected, it literally just goes into a sign in page and you can click on one button which will be lead connector. And once that is enabled, it will be all good to go. Once it's enabled, what happens is that, as we can see, continue and connect. I don't have any page here. Let me try to pull up a page. Okay, as you can see, we have the reconnect my name to the lead connector. So the Facebook is getting integrated. Clicking on reconnect option. Okay, it's taking some time. You can see my Facebook pages here. I'm just adding one of my Facebook pages, connect and continue. And I'm going to configure the field mapping. Here, as you can see, this is the page that comes up. In local roofing contractor, roofing inspection is the name, and this is the page name, which is local roofing contractor. And I need to map the fields. So I need to for mapping the fields, I need to duplicate this tab again. I need to first of all create this field in the backend, which is in the custom fields. Okay. Now let's go into custom fields. In custom fields, I need to add this variable. So I'm creating a single line, adding the name here, contact, save. So once that is added, the inbox URL also should be created. So for that, I'm adding a single line and a Facebook message link. Since what I'm trying to do is that whenever we get a new lead, it will be there is an option within the Facebook to actually integrate that lead into GoHighLevel. So as well as whenever the lead opt in. So the inbox URL is actually whenever a lead comes into our Facebook lead form, once they fill out the form, they can actually we can directly get them into our Facebook Messenger and text them to and forth, and we can actually try to book an appointment with them. That's why we have created an inbox URL, and for that, I'm creating a custom field in the backend with within the contact field as the group and the object as also the contact. I will just do a detailed video about object, as well as I'll also do a detailed video about folders. So once both of these things are added, it hasn't reciprocated in this window. So I need to refresh this window and I need to add that. Once that is added, the form name will be the form will be properly populated, and it will also the form name which we are actually using will be coming inside our the trigger we are using for this particular automation. So first of all, I need to click on manage. I need to click on update and continue and configure field mapping. And this is where we actually add, okay, which roofing services and the Facebook message URL form. Once we add these things, it's saved, and let us just give it some time. Okay, I'm just trying to see. Okay, yeah, it's saved. Previously, we had an option here where we can actually see the all the form names and stuff. I think High Level recently did an update where that fields are gone, and we need to map it here properly. Once that is done, come back and refresh the screen, and let us see whether the fields and the form, everything is properly matching up here. Okay, so now the page is there, Then I'm gonna find out. Yeah, see the form is so the form name has populated from our backend into the front end. I'm saving this trigger and that's it. I'm publishing it also. And the next step is that you can publish it at the end, but I'm just publishing it. It doesn't matter since we haven't added the next action. So the next action will be most probably I will be creating like okay, for first of all, for this call direction only, I need to create a contact. All other like all other triggers like the quiz one as well as the survey submitted and Facebook lead form, all these and as well as the form submitted, all these like triggers, they don't need a they don't we don't need to create a contact for them. We just need to actually they will be automatically entered into our CRM or a GoHighLevel. So only for the call details, we need to create a separate action, which is create contact. So first of all, for that, I will be doing one thing. I'll be creating an if else condition here. An if else condition is added. And what I'll do is that the workflow trigger is as the first one or the workflow trigger, just adding in all the workflow trigger is survey submitted. And we have the next one, workflow trigger, Facebook lead form submitted. So I'm also naming it so it will be much more organized. So submitted. And here we have the survey submitted. Next is the Facebook lead form submitted. Then I'm adding the next branch, which is workflow trigger as form submitted. So I've added all the triggers. For these triggers, I am not going to create any opportunities. I mean, I'm not going to create do the create contact action. So I'll be only directly leaving these people to the opportunity section. So let us create the opportunities in, let's go into opportunity section and create new pipeline. Click on create new pipeline. Just randomly creating a pipeline called marketing pipeline. And here we have the new lead contacted. Everything is there. Just I'm creating a very basic pipeline. So here the marketing pipeline is created now. Now what I'll do is that I'll come back and refresh this. This, whatever things you have made here should populate here. So I would always tell you whenever you work on high level, first of all, if you have like it's better you create 3 to 4 tabs, and whenever you do this, always try to build an automation within an incognito tab. Like otherwise, the problem is the browsing history will be saved in the cookies and cache, and it takes some time just to load these data, and it will take you a lot of time. It will just take your time a lot, and um, it will not be good. So the next thing is that I'm going to like click on create or update opportunity. This is one way of creating an opportunity. Marketing pipeline, new lead is added. Then I need to go inside this parameter, contact full name is added. Contact source can be added from this particular section. If you want, you can actually add any opportunity value, or like we can add maybe like $1,000. Then the status is open. So this is actually toggled in when you want the opportunity to move back to any of your previous stage in pipeline, and this is where added when you want to create and duplicate opportunity. So I wouldn't suggest you to toggle these buttons until and unless you have a specific category. That's what I would suggest. That's what I would suggest. So now I'm just clicking on save action. Okay, so yeah, it should be a numeric value. So saving action. And now I'm creating a go to step. So the go to step will be like this. For all these steps, I'm creating a go to step. Now, what happens with this go to step is that, okay, I will explain in detail. Once the lead comes with any of these inbound triggers except the call direction is incoming, it will be lodged into create or update opportunity. And here you can actually name it as new lead. Save the action. Once you save the action, you can see everything will be coming into this particular step. So what happens to the last branch? We didn't add it. So I'm going to add the workflow trigger as call details. So I'm mentioning it as incoming call details, and I'll be creating a contact for that. So create contact name. Mostly the name won't be there. So for that, actually, there is a workaround. If you have an inbound voice AI agent, then the inbound voice AI agent can grab the name of the incoming lead that is calling. That's one way of getting their name. So if you that's one way of getting their name, and that can be properly mapped. So once that is done, the name is there, then phone number. Okay, client's business phone number. You need to create a separate field that is much better. I would suggest, I haven't created it, so I would always suggest client email rather than using these inbound fields. It's better we create a field in the backend. So I'll show you how that is done. Is required. All the selected must have a value. Phone field is required. Yeah. So email or phone field is required. All selected fields must have a value. So now what happens is that we don't have values for that. That's why we are not able to save it. So I'm just trying to do this thing. Okay, let's again try it. Create contact. I'm just not adding anything is required. All fields, selected fields must have a value. So whatever fields you select, it should have a value. The phone is selected. Okay. Then you need to just select phone, the full name that is selected. And the next one is the email. Okay, I've added it. Okay. So let me just explain what mistake I did in the first thing. That's a horrible mistake. I didn't add the client's phone, meaning that field, these are inbound fields, phone, full name, and email. So these are inbound fields we need to add. The other fields which I added was not the inbound fields associated with the phone name or the email. It was actually client's phone. It was client's full name, client's email. So the only thing I made correct was the full name. The other two things were wrong. So you need to add phone, email. Once you add phone, it's an inbound field, should be mapped to the contact's phone, and the email is added, and the email is the inbound field. It should be mapped properly to the contact's email, and the full name should be properly mapped to the contact's full name. Not the first name, not the last name. It should be fully mapped to the contact's name. So when you build the voice AI agent, you need to build it in a way that it can take up the full name of the contact. And if you need to actually, if you have any doubts in all of these workflows I've created, do let me know in the comments. I can help you, teach you from scratch. And I'm doing this as a series, like up to 30 days, where each single day I'll be posting one simple automation or any other feature in high level that you can actually utilize in your business to build strong backend automations that won't break. So if you need any of my templates like snapshots or my 50 plus funnels I've created, just comment the word GHL and I will send all these things to you. As well as if you want to actually access my communities, they are free communities. You can hop on anytime. And I'm also just like keeping here like the 14-day free trial high level link, and if you join through my link, you'll get a one-on-one session with me plus unlimited free support, as well as you will be also, if you have any queries in your team management and things, you can actually reach back to me. As well as I will be also trying to help you get a discount for the first 3 months for Go High Level.